Our first step is to open a new file, new part. Once that's done, we'll go File, Save As, and we'll save it as Chucky. After that, our first step is to select the front plane, and we'll look normal to that. On the front plane, we'll draw a circle with a centre at the origin of diameter 13.5 millimeters. Once that's done, we'll rename that sketch by clicking on Sketch, F2 on the keyboard, and we'll call it Body Sketch. When that's done, Features, Extruded Boss Base, we just select our sketch, and we extrude that 28 millimeters in a blind condition. Once that's done, our next step is to select the front face here with the origin, look normal to it, and then go sketch another circle with a diameter of 20. We'll then rename that sketch Body of Key. Or Spleen based sketch, sorry. Then Features, extrude that out 3 millimeters in a blind condition. And then we rename that Spleen Base. Our next step is to put a chamfer, so we select chamfer from our Features toolbar, to the spleen base that we have drawn of a 1.5 millimeter. Select the outer ring or the front face, and you'll get the preview of that chamfer. Once that's done, rename that chamfer at base edge. Now that that's done, our next step is to draw the spleen body. So what we'll do is we'll select our front plane, and we'll look normal to it, or right plane, sorry. Now, once that's done, we'll sketch with our line command, line coming out from the origin, up, we'll draw the shape from our notes. Then what we'll do is smart dimension it with the dimensions, 8, 7.5, and 3 for out of the front. Then we'll rename that sketch Spleen Body Sketch. Now that that's done, what we'll do then is we'll revolve that sketch to get the spleen body. So we'll go to Features, Revolve Boss Base, select our sketch, and we'll just move it into 3D. So the line that we're going to revolve around is the line that's at the origin. I'm just going to select it there so you get an idea of what will happen. So we just select the baseline there and tick OK. There we have our revolved spleen body, so we'll rename it that. After that, what we're going to do is we're going to put in a spleen sketch. So we just select the front face there of our revolved, and look normal to it, and we'll draw a centre line up from the origin vertically. Then what we'll do then is we'll use the line command, and we'll just start out here and we draw the shape of the sketch. Coming down vertically, across horizontally, up vertically, then there's a slight slope up to the upper circle, then across horizontal, and back down. Once that's done, we'll add relations, with these two lines here being equal. And as well as the lower two. Now that that's done, smart dimension it. So we'll smart dimension it here to be 1.5. Same across the base of 1.5. And 1 millimeter up here at the top. Now that that's done, we'll just exit the sketch, rename the sketch Spleen Sketch. Now we'll go to Features and we'll pick Extruded Boss Base, but this time we're going to go up to Surface and we select that surface there. And there we have it chosen, or the spleen extruded. So then we'll just rename it. Single spleen. So it's extruded up the surface. Next thing is we're going to do chamfer, and this chamfer will be a distance chamfer. This is where you have two distances determining the chamfer, not a distance and an angle. So our first distance will be 4.5, our second will be 3. And then what we'll do is we'll select the top surface here at the corner, just there, and it'll give us our chamfer, and you can see the distances in play. And tick OK, and we'll call that spleen chamfer. Our next step is a fillet, and we'll a 0.2 fillet this time. And what we're going to do is we'll fillet following edges here. So you just watch 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and there's 10 edges to be filleted. Just tick OK. And then rename that spleen fillet. After that, we are going to copy all these around in a circular pattern. But before that, we'll need an axis for to revolve that. So we'll go View, and we'll push down the temporary axis button, and you can see you can get the temporary axis there. Then we'll go to Circular Pattern. And what we're going to do is we're going to copy around that spleen fillet. So first thing, select our axis. Then the number of instances you want copied. So we want 11 of them. And we want them equally spaced. So make sure the box is ticked. Then you scroll down into your feature tree and you pick up spleen fillet, spleen chamfer and single spleen. Now it's important that you pick the 3 of them because otherwise it won't copy in exactly the same, because remember, it's made up of 3 different components. You can see there when you knock them off what happens. So you just select the 3 of them and then you can tick OK. There you have it copied. Now, then rename the circular pattern Spleen Pattern. Followed by that, select the front face there. Look normal to it. And we'll sketch then a circle on that, to center at the origin. Smart dimension it to be diameter 5. And then we extrude that out 6 millimeters and we rename that Extrude, or we rename the sketch, sorry, first. So you can just click on the sketch, F2, call it Pen Sketch, and the Extrude 4, we'll just rename that Pen Extrude. Once that's done, our next step is we're going to put a chamfer. So we select our chamfer from the feature toolbar, and we're going to put on this time a 1mm chamfer. As you can see, the notes say 2, it looks a little too much, so we'll just change it to 1. And it will look a little better there. So we just rename that chamfer Pen Chamfer. Now our next step is to put on the handle. So what we'll do is we will look at the right plane and we'll look normal to it. This time what we're going to do is we're going to go to Sketch and we're going to draw a circle here, and we're going to draw it roughly into position. Smart to mention the circle to be diameter 7, and then to put the 4 in, it's a little difficult because what will happen is you can select the outer edge here, hold down Shift on the keyboard, and then just come to the circle and click. Otherwise what will happen is it will keep, if you don't hold Shift, it will click and put the dimension onto the center of the circle. So you can either put in 4 or you can put in 7.5. Then rename that sketch Handle Sketch. After that, it's a matter of extruding that, but what we'll do is we'll extrude it in 2 directions. So the first direction we'll extrude it in the blind condition, 67mm. And then we'll scroll down here and we'll pick direction 2 by just ticking the box. It's the exact same again, but this time we'll extrude it to a distance of 18. Click OK. We'll just look at it in 3D. And there you can see the way it is extruded in both directions. Then rename it Handle Extrusion. After that, what we'll do is we'll select the top plane and we're going to draw our handle over here. So what we'll go, our thumb grip. So what we'll do first is sketch a center line out here. Then select our line command. Using our line command, we'll draw the first line. And then we'll draw the circle by using the line command. So just hold down your left click of your mouse button. Drag out a straight line for where the circles go. Trace back, and you haven't let go. And this time what will happen is it'll draw an arc. So once you're happy enough with where it is drawn, you just finish it. And then use your line command to finish it. After that, just add a relation between the center of the arc coincident to the center line, and make the arc and the line here tangent, and we'll make these two lines here equal in length by just clicking on one, holding down Control, and it lets you do that. Don't forget a line to close the profile. Once that's done, it's a matter of smart dimensioning it, 8, and radius 5 for the arc. Now what we can do is we can go to our features, extrude boss base, and we'll just rename the sketch first, thumb grip sketch, and after that we'll just extrude that in a mid-plane condition. So features, extruded boss base, we pick mid-plane, and we extrude it to a thickness of 3. Then rename that extrusion, extruded thumb grip. next step is to put on 3 fillets onto the handle. So our first fillets will be a 0.5mm fillet. Make sure that you have nothing selected, then 0.5, and then we just pick that corner in there, rotate it around, and we'll get the other corner in here. Tick OK. And there you have your first thumb fillet 1. Our second fillet will be a 1.1mm fillet. So we pick fillet again from our features, 1.1mm. And we select the side edges here, and it recognises that due to the arc it has to go the whole way around, so we just select them 2 edges, and we call that thumb fillet 2. Now our final fillet will be, as you can see in your notes, just at the rounded edges. So what we'll do is pick fillet, and we'll put in a 0.2 fillet, and it's just going to go in here, and also at the other side there, in the curved edges. And then just tick OK, and we rename that fillet thumb fillet 3. After that, what we'll do is we shall change the material by going up to Material, Edit Material by right clicking on it, and then come down to Steel and pick Cast Carbon. And there you get it shine. Then we pick the 2 edges for the thumb grip by just clicking on the surface, hold down Control and pick the other one. Then right click Faces and Appearance and Texture. Go to Metal, Machined Metal and Knurl 2. Just zoom in on it and you can see it there. You can adjust by sliding the slider here for the zoom on it, whether you want it coarse or fine. So somewhere where you're happy enough with it. And then tick OK. Your final step is to save it.